in this series, this Angels-Yankees series, catchers are key, dude. The Angels were a perfect 9 stolen base attempts against the Yankees.
In the postseason, or in the regular season?
Team split 10 games during the regular season.
They were
perfect in 9 stolen base attempts against the Yankees. So I don't know.
That's a pretty big. That's a pretty big stat, right?
And plus, like I said, the Angels' base running, it was just so damn good. I mean, I was so impressed with their base running, not just the running, but the strategy too. You know?
They're extremely well. Mike Scioscia's aggressive. He is
very aggressive. I like Mike Scioscia. I like him.
Oh, me too.
You're not a big Girardi fan. I think we talked about that in one of.
Well, I mean, but he's proving something to me too. I mean, I will say this:
isn't that classic Faz though? Show me, baby. You
got to show me.
I think you should.
As a Sox fan, I was never a big
from
fan
Missouri, dude, or something.
Well, there's a lot to be said. I will not. I will not coronate him as the king of New York until he actually goes up and does what Joe Torre did. You know, I don't know. I can't. Terry Francona, when he came to Boston, I wasn't impressed. And even when he won that first World Series with Boston, I thought, well, he did it with Grady Little's team. But to do it again in 2007, I thought, well, here he is. I mean, the guy's proven to me as
show me. I love it. Championship guy. Absolutely.
A lot of guys can talk a big game, and a lot of managers can take the highest payroll, of the in baseball and bring them to the playoffs. A lot of managers can do that.
Once again, organizations. I gotta give the Yankees all around. I don't know. I just think.
Well, the Yankees are supposed to be there, Matt. They have $204 million payroll. They're supposed to be at least be where they are. Now they need to get by.
That'd be something if the Angels upset them. I mean, I'm going for the Angels, but if I had to put money on it, Faz, I'd have to lay my wallet on Yankees. I couldn't afford to pick the Angels. I'd go broke with that.
Yeah, well, I'm with you, but I tell you, I think you know what I think the big difference is for the Angels this year is Torrey Hunter. I think he's I think he's the heart and soul of that team out in Los Angeles. I think he backs it up. I think he plays stellar defense. He is a Gold Glove winner out there. He's a power threat, and he's the type of guy who gets a team to rally behind him. He reminds me a lot of of what a Johnny Damon was, or what a Manny Ramirez was in '04. A guy who said, you know what, sure we've lost a lot to the Red Sox in the past, but that wasn't us. We weren't here. I wasn't on that team.
Yeah.
It's a new team, and we're different people. So, and I think I told you before the series, I said the Angels are due to beat the Red Sox. They're due.
Yeah, and, you told and I believed you. I did.
And it happened. And
not just because you said it. That kind of put the icing on the cake for me, but just seeing them develop and seeing how really good they were. And I was like, I just don't think the Red Sox have it. I just don't.
Well, they didn't. And the Angels show me that they've got steady hitting. They've got very good pitching, but if it's going to get down to a battle in the bullpens, I think the Yankees have that.
Especially if A-Rod stays hot.
Yeah, well, yeah. If A-Rod stays hot, Teixeira and A-Rod with
Teixeira, yeah. And I think Teixeira's like I said, took some pressure off of A-Rod. And I'm go back to what I said before. I think that A-Rod is no longer this robot. He's not robotic. He seems looser. I just the way I see it. He just seems like he's a looser guy.
I see it too.
Maybe just finally being A-Rod, even though he may not appeal to a lot of people as far as some of the things he's doing in his personal life. If you separate the personal life to the game, it just seems like to me that A-Rod is being A-Rod. I mean, does that make sense? I mean,
it definitely makes a little bit of sense. I wonder if the fact that the whole performance-enhancing drug thing came out. He admitted to it, and I wonder if that brought a lot of pressure off of him. And he just said,
"You know what? Point,
I finally opened my mouth, and I got rid of this."
Not a cheater anymore. I mean, maybe the guy does have something.
There's something to be said about about getting something off your chest and making giving you a fresh start. And I wonder if that really has done something for him. And I think this has been his worst year offensively.
Wow, you're talking the regular season-wise, yeah.
Yeah, but look at his numbers. It's been his worst year offensively.
He had a lot of distractions, but maybe he had to go through that.
Yeah, let's face it. I think heroes are made in the postseason and not in the regular season.
I
We'll
agree.
see what he's got.
Let's see what he's got against the Angels. Let's see if this isn't just. I think this is for real. What you're seeing with A-Rod, I think he's going to carry this right through the series. and they're going to take the Angels out. That's just
so
why.
now talk to me about what do you think about the National League? I mean, we broke down the American League.
Well,
give me what you think over there.
Well, I just don't know if Brad Lidge is for real or not. I don't. I mean, I know he had the 4 big outs and he struck out Tulowitzki. The guy was kind of bragging on. I think that's how I actually sold Colorado on you. Was talking to you about Tulowitzki.
Yeah.
It's kind of the selling point. You go, I'll buy it. No way, Tulowitzki. He's batting 351 or something, and you got Lidge. Lidge struck him out to end Game 4 on Monday.
Yeah, but listen, I think Brad Lidge is exactly who we think he is. I think he's a guy with an ERA over 7 who blew 11 games, and that's exactly who Brad Lidge is. And if
that's a league high, Tony, too. 11.
That's a total league high. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
And on top of that, if it didn't prove you anything, and they had a 1-game lead in the 9th inning, and Charlie Manuel didn't even use him to start that inning off.
Yeah.
And so, I think Brad Lidge that may be true, that they don't have that real closer that Lidge was last year. He was untouchable last year.
Yeah, he was.
And
he really was.
Doesn't seem to be that same guy this year, but they still have that same offense. And now you got a guy like Raul Ibanez who has really turned that team around. I don't mean that turned it around, but actually he's having the best year of his life. And then you still have the Shane Victorinos and the Chase Utleys and the Ryan Howards who. Ryan Howard might be the best power hitter in the game.
Yeah, Cliff Lee too. You got Cliff Lee
out of nowhere right there. I mean, he was pitching for Cleveland, 3 months ago.
He pitched 2. Those were masterful games against Colorado that he pitched.
They sure were.
They were good. Yeah,
so you think Philly has a shot against?
I think Philly has a shot. It's almost like we're in this. It's almost like deja vu talking about the Angels and the Yankees. I'm thinking the Phillies, they have a shot, kind of like the Angels have a shot against the Yankees. Yeah, I think that they do. The Phillies have a shot, but I don't think they can get it done. But on the other hand, look what they did to Colorado. But
yes, I would agree.
Colorado took them 4 games.
Yeah, and probably could have taken them 5 if they had any type of pitching.
The Phillies should have beat them 3 straight.
Philly should have, and they probably could have. But I tell you, Houston Street showed me that he is not a premier closer in this league, and probably never has been.
Yeah.
And you come in with a chance to shut the game down, and I know other closers have faltered in the past, but even Papelbon the other night faltered. And like we said, Mariano Rivera's faltered in the past. Dan Feckersley faltered in the past. But what you got to do at that point if you're Houston Street, you got to lead like that. You got to throw strikes. Yeah. And you got to get, you can't put guys on base and allow that to happen.
Yeah.
So it's going to be very interesting to see. But I'm thinking, although I'd like to see the 2 Los Angeles teams, go against each other, I'm thinking it's going to be New York versus the Dodgers.
I'm calling it New York versus the Dodgers too. Even though, like I said, there's decent chances for the Phillies, and there's decent chances for the Angels. But if I'm putting my wallet down on the table, I'm going to call those cards. I'm going to call the Yankees